Hey guys, it's me. Hello. Sorry for my shiny face. I had a chemical peel yesterday, so I can't put any makeup on. So I apologize if my face is like blinding you. All right, so let me walk around my kitchen island and I'm gonna explain what we're doing. And I'm really excited about doing this today because it's gonna be delicious. One of my favorite things to make. Okay, so we're gonna make poke bowls today. It's my favorite thing to eat in the summertime. It's so fresh, it's delicious, it's so tasty. If you like Asian flavors, this is like right up your alley, legit right up your alley. When I was in Hawaii for when I got married in Maui, and then we went back a couple of years later with our daughter Karina, I ate a poke bowl in some way, shape, or form at least once a day. I know, I probably gave myself freaking mercury poisoning because of all the tuna fish that I was eating. So I'm still here and I'm still kicking. So we didn't do such a bad job. So what I have in my big bowl here right now, and I already just started getting it ready because poke has to be marinated a little bit to really absorb the flavors. So in this bowl, we have 2 pounds of no seafood tuna poke. And what tuna poke is from no seafood is actually, it's bite-sized pieces of tuna grade sushi. So here I have 2 pounds, and we're gonna be like adding a lot of zhuzh to this bowl. I'm gonna walk you through step by step. Now I know that I gave you guys a recipe to follow. That's more like for lay people, okay? I'm taking that recipe and I'm really heightening it. I'm taking it to the next level with all these different flavors. Pretty much everything here except avocado is from my garden. So everything here is from my garden. And I'm gonna be adding some stuff to the poke bowl because this is how I like to eat it. So you can follow the regular recipe, or you can, do this. You can see, the thing about poke bowls is like you can literally put anything in here and it tastes delicious. You just wanna make sure that the way that you marinate the fish is the way that you like it. Okay, so over here, and I have everything mise en place, which in French means everything in its place. When I cook, I like to have everything out like this so I don't forget a step. And I have everything here and I'm not going back and forth to the cupboards and the drawers and stuff. So like I said, in this bowl, we have 2 pounds of no seafood poke cut sushi grade tuna. I think that pretty much any higher end grocery store will do this for you. Like I've gotten this from Whole Foods before and it's been delicious. So we have 2 pounds here. And then what I did was I have 2 things here. So I know some of you guys don't do soy. So here we have coconut aminos. Coconut aminos are awesome. They have a very soy sauce flavor-like taste. But if you have like a little bit of an aversion to soy or you're even allergic to soy, this is what you are gonna replace that with, okay? So what I did was I use tamari, which is gluten-free soy sauce. So this is the kind I use. It's Sanjay. Made 100% soy tamari. It's gluten-free soy sauce. So I did already in there, I did a 1/2 cup of the tamari. If you end up using the coconut aminos, it's still the same ratio, a 1/2 cup of coconut aminos, okay? So I'm just gonna put this here. So I remember that I already talked to you guys about it. I'm just gonna check who's coming in, if I have to let anyone in or not. Okay, looks good. Okay, so 1/2 cup of coconut aminos or a 1/2 cup of the tamari. You want to make sure that you use tamari and not the gluten soy sauce. And when you go out for sushi, you can also ask the people that have the sushi restaurant if they have tamari, because almost 100% always they have tamari in there, okay? The other thing is too, is I know I had spoken about this a little bit on the Ambitious app, but if you are like not a sushi, if you're not a tuna fan, you can use pretty much any other kind of fish in this dish that's like a higher grade, really fresh fish. You can also use salmon, which is really good in this too. Okay, so over here, like I said, I did 2 pounds of the tuna. I did a 1/2 cup of tamari, and then I did 4 tablespoons of the organic sesame oil. This is not toasted sesame oil, but if you have toasted, that tastes delicious as well. So 4 tablespoons of the sesame oil into this bowl. And then I like mine spicy. I used 2 tablespoons of organic sriracha. This one is Sky Valley. Sriracha sauce is made with like cayenne pepper, and it has like a little bit of a vinegary type of flavor. You can also get like sriracha, like, I don't know, people call it cock sauce because it has like a big rooster on it, but I like this one better. It's just more natural tasting, and it doesn't have all these like yucky byproducts. And like I said, it's organic. So I did 2 tablespoons of this, but you can omit this if you don't like spicy food. You can also just put like a half a tablespoon or a tablespoon in it. That's to your liking as well. That also goes in the tuna, and just stir it around. Okay, so this is marinating right now. Now, I know that the recipe that I sent you guys doesn't have this, but I don't know why. I just love the flavor of ginger. It's like my favorite thing. So what I did was I get my ginger just like this. Okay, I grow it. It's easy to grow. It's a root vegetable. You can also get this in Whole Foods. So fresh ginger. I got about a pretty big, like 2 thumbs worth of a knob of ginger. You guys can see it right here. And then what I like to do is I like to get my little grater. This is like a little lemon zester, because I don't really like big chunks of ginger in my food. I like it to be a little bit more subtle, and it kind of just like goes with the flow. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this ginger and put the grater right over this bowl, and I'm going to grate this entire knob of ginger. I'm ginger fanatic. My husband likes it, but he doesn't like love it as much as I do. So, you know, when we get sushi and they put that like little pickled ginger on the side, I always inherit that from him. It's like my favorite thing. And the reason why when you eat sushi, you're supposed to have ginger with it is because it cleanses the palate in between each different kind of sushi that you eat. So say if you have 3 different kinds of sushi, say you have like salmon sushi, a hamachi sushi, and like a toro, which is tuna belly. In between each bite of different sushi, you want to take the ginger and just put a little bit and then cleanse your palate. And the wasabi actually gets rid of worms. So when people don't eat wasabi, I like get so like grossed out because sometimes fish has worms. I know it's gross, I understand, but it's just the way it goes. And some fish are wormier than others. Tuna is not really a wormy fish. Cod and haddock at certain times of the year can have a lot of worms. So the wasabi actually kills the worms. I know, so whacked out, right? Okay, so that whole knob of ginger went in. I'm just gonna roll this around a little bit. You know what else is really good other than poke bowls with this is getting, I don't know if you've ever seen them before, but they have like taro chips or plantain chips or sweet potato chips. If you like have a party and you make just the tuna and you put this out like on these little crisps, it's so freaking good. Or even like rice chips are really good as well. I don't eat a lot of rice, but it's really delicious. Just checking if there's anyone here. Okay, perfect. It's a dismal day here in Wyndham, New Hampshire. Sorry to say, but it's true. Pearl's like laying on the couch and she just like won't get up, and I've just been over here cooking my ass off. Okay. On the stove, you can't see it, but I made a whole entire bag of cauliflower rice. I love cauliflower. Matt is not a big fan. I don't know what the hell it does to his stomach, but it makes him like super duper bloated. So I don't really do this for him, but he will eat it. Like if he's feeling crazy, if he's like walking on the wild side, he will eat the cauliflower rice. But I just cooked it with a little bit of water, just so it's tender. And that's going to be the base of our poke bowl. Okay. So let's go back to the poke bowl. The next thing that I really like to use in my poke bowl is dulse granules. What is dulse? Dulse is a seaweed. Okay. I love seaweed. My, thyroid stuff runs in my family. I have a perfect thyroid, but my sister has Hashimoto's disease. My grandmother had thyroid cancer. My mom had some thyroid stuff too. So the best way to naturally boost your thyroid function is eat things with seaweed. So I just wanted to show you like all the things that I have in the house. So number one, we have the dulse flakes. We have nori. Nori is what they wrap around sushi. I really love to like make hand rolls at home with this. It's so easy. You can also just like, I love seaweed snacks. I don't know if you've ever seen those in the grocery store. They're so good. They're low carb and they're so good for your thyroid. So even if you don't have a thyroid issue per se, it's always nice to supplement. with seaweed because of the high levels of iodine. So this is nori, and it'll show you on the back that you can like wrap all these different sushis. This is actual kelp, and it's like long, like you see the kelp like in the sea like this. It's delicious. I love it. A lot of people don't like it. They say here to roast the kelp, you should use it as garnish. You can make roasted kelp chips. You can put them pretty much in any time. You can put them in soup. It's just really easy to use. There's hardly any calories and there's hardly any carbohydrates. Again, so good for your thyroid. This is wakame, okay? This is wakame. And I usually use wakame in my bowls, but I'm not gonna do that today because I'm gonna try to keep it more chill. I'm gonna end up using the dulce flakes instead. But wakame, again, is just another type of seaweed. And you know, if you ever have miso soup in the Japanese restaurants, like a hibachi, this is what they put in your miso soup. So if you see the little seaweed floating in your miso soup, that's wakame. And then the next one is kombu. And this makes dashi, which is a Japanese style, like really salty broth. Again, so good for your thyroid. And then if you've ever not seen these are like amazing. They're kelp noodles. So this is called, who makes these? Sea Tangle, yeah. Kelp noodles. You can make pasta with this. So like there's on the back, there's actually a kelp noodle with pesto recipe, and it tastes just like pasta. You can also make a really good like stir-fried lo mein with this. But what I've seen people do instead of cauliflower rice, like if they aren't, you know, they're just adverse to cauliflower, what they'll do is they'll actually soak these in hot water and then just cool them off and dry them, and then put those as a basis for this poke bowl. And then these other two things that I just have because I love them, they are seaweed salads that you can get at Whole Foods. I don't know if they sell them anywhere else, but I found these a couple weeks ago at Whole Foods. This one is a fermented seaweed salad, and this is a fermented kimchi seaweed salad. So good. Like I said, I eat seaweed every day, and I'm not Japanese, and I did not grow up eating seaweed, but because of my nutrition background, you know, I have a master's in nutrition. I just know how amazing seaweed is for just overall body function, alkalizing the system. Remember, the more alkaline that you are, the healthier you're going to be. The more acidic you are, whatever. I'm not an English major today, obviously, but the less healthy that you will be. That's why I didn't. Okay, whatever. Anywho, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come kind of show you what these look like. So this is what they look like, dulce flakes. And see, they look like little granules of salt. And they actually have like a nice salty flavor as well. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some of this dulce. And what's good about this is if you use the dulce, you don't need any salt in this dish. The dulce just takes on the saltiness of the sea. It's just a really yummy. So I just sprinkled a bunch, almost like I was just like putting on some seasoning. The next two things that I like to put, and I know like some people like to put this over the top of the poke, but I like to do inside. I like the crunch. Sorry, my phone got low battery. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so I like the crunch and I like the color. So I'm just gonna put like a little bit of a handful of black sesame seeds in. And then I'm gonna put a little handful of the white sesame seeds. Again, it just like it really just looks so pretty. And before I forget, the last thing that's gonna go into the poke itself is gonna be organic rice wine vinegar. I already put that in there because I wanna marinate it. I put 2 tablespoons of organic seasoned rice vinegar, okay? All right, so I'm gonna stir all this up. So good. And now we're just gonna start, and I already have like a lot of this stuff done, but I have to just chop the avocado. So what I have here is, and I just wanna show, I'm not putting it all in here, but I just wanna show you how you can kind of like mix and match your poke bowl. So I have carrots here. I have this beautiful carrot, I don't know, mixed julienne. And all you do is just slide it, and it makes these beautiful carrot strips. I just like the texture of that. So I have a bunch here for the poke bowl already. And then we have, this is English cucumber, organic English cucumber. And we have this nice thinly sliced cucumber. I have some beautiful asparagus. I love raw asparagus in salads. I know it sounds so crazy. People are like, really? It's delicious. So I just sliced the asparagus really thin on a bias, okay? So I'm just gonna show you real quick how I did it. When you slice the asparagus, you wanna kind of come at an angle and just slowly chop on that angle, nice and thin. So you get these beautiful little strips of asparagus. And I like to throw a couple of those in there. And then I have some gorgeous, these are called Easter egg. Yeah, Easter egg radish. So, because they're all different colors, see? They're all beautiful. Some are purple, some are red. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So I slice those really thin. And then I have some chives or some spring onion for already chopped up. And then I have some beautiful heirloom lettuce, because I like a little zhuzh in my salad. Like I like a little crunch. And then these are radish. So I plant a lot of radish in my garden, but I love to have the baby radish leaves because they're peppery like a radish and they give you like that delicious just crunch. It's peppery. And then sometimes I'll slice up some zucchini and put it in my poke bowl. You can really do whatever you like. And then last but not least, and I'll slice this up at the end because I don't want it to turn brown, some avocado. Okay, so I have my beautiful bowl here. By the way, I know that a lot of you who have already seen this recipe uses spicy mayo. I'm not a big fan. I don't like the flavor, but all you have to do is when you make spicy mayo, it's just mayonnaise. I use Primal Kitchen. It's made with avocado oil, not canola oil, which is super inflammatory, guys. They call it canola oil because it's from Canada, but the actual oil is called rapeseed oil. It's super high in omega-6s, which is very inflammatory. So I only use this kind of mayonnaise, Primal Kitchen avocado mayonnaise. So what I'm gonna do is then I head over to the range. I have my beautiful bowl here, and I'm just gonna portion out about a cup and a half. Okay, just a cup and a half of cauliflower. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of like layer this all together. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the poke in one side. So it just all looks so beautiful. Probably about 6 ounces to 8 ounces of poke. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna use my lettuce today. I'm gonna use my radish sprouts, okay? But I just wanted to show you all the different things that we could use. I'm gonna take a nice big heaping handful of the baby radish sprouts. So good. Oh my God, this is gonna be so yummy. Then I'm gonna take a beautiful handful of the carrots right next door. I'm just layering it. So yum. Now I'm gonna take some of the cucumber and just layer that. Oh my God, my mouth is like watering. I'm so hungry. And then I'm gonna take some of the asparagus. Just layer that. And then I'm going, you know what? I have avocado, so that's what I'm gonna do there. So then I'm gonna take some of the radish. Yummy. So good, you guys. No idea. This is like my favorite thing. I hope that you guys try it because it is so good. Just want to make it really beautiful for you guys. We also remember we eat with our eyes, so it's very important when you're cooking to make things that like turn you on. Like if you look at your plate and you're just like, "Bleh, that looks like poop," probably not gonna want to eat it. And then I'm just gonna finish off with a half of avocado. So I just cut my avocado, and I don't do it like fancy. I know a lot of people do like fancy avocado cutting. By the way, if you keep seeing me put like waste, I always have a bowl. I always have a bowl right there where I just like throw all of my vegetable waste because I am a maniac and I always put all of my garden waste in my compost. And I'm just gonna slice this avocado nice and thin. I'm just gonna layer that, make it gorgeous and beautiful. Love it. So good. I'm just gonna cut the other half. Perfect. Do you like blood? Like, doesn't it like make you like so turned on when you get like a perfect avocado, or is it just me? I mean, obviously I'm a nerd and I need to get a freaking light. Okay. Last but not least, we'll finish it off with some beautiful spring onions. And for a little bit more color, I'm gonna throw on my rice a little bit of the black sesame seeds and a little shake of dulce flakes. And if you want it a little bit more spicy, but you know I love it, just put a little bit more sriracha on the top. And that's it. I'm gonna come around and show you. How gorgeous is that? Seriously, how gorgeous is that? All right, so next week, I will be sending you all out another recipe that we can cook together. And like I said, it's not gonna always be perfect, but at least if you have the base ingredients, you are good to go. Have an amazing day. I hope that you try this recipe. You're gonna love it. And don't forget to stay ambitious. Love you all.